Good morning, how are we all? You are watching The Business Show with me, Calvin K, from Quack TV, because why watch Crack TV? Where you can watch Quack TV. And honestly, welcome. Sorry that the show's been a bit on and off recently. For some reason, the webcam, the microphone, it's just not been working. It just ain't been working. If you are watching live, please jump in the comments and say good morning to me. And if you are watching on replay, please do put hashtag replay in the comments. And I believe I'm officially live on LinkedIn as of this week. So if you are on LinkedIn, pop a comment, give us a share, slide into my DMs. And if you would like to be on the show, please do send me a message and I would love to get you on the show. Oh, here we go. What a tagline. Honestly, why watch Crack TV where you can watch Quack TV? There we go, Zoe. Honestly, good morning. Hope you are well, my lovely. And that's see, it works. People are watching on LinkedIn. This is what I want. So we're live on LinkedIn, Facebook, my private Facebook group. And remember, you can catch every replay of every show on my YouTube channel, which is, the symbol is like there-ish. And it is literally Quack TV. So go and search it. You can find every replay of the show and season 1 all on there. Good morning, Leanne Grace. Hope you are well, my lovely. And we've also got Facebook user. I don't know who you are. That means you need to go to the description, click the little more button, so then I can see your name. Otherwise, just pop your name in the comments and I can say good morning to you. We've got a fabulous guest on the show today. We'll bring it on in a moment. But before I do that, I would like to tell you all about a charity event I'm having a slight bit of input with. Let's Get Together for Calm, that's the name of it. I know the charity's Calm, I couldn't remember the name of the event. Let's Get Together for Calm. So later today, around 10:30, we're doing our first live video, as it's the first of the month. So first of all, we all said White Rabbit. Apparently that's the thing, where you go White Rabbit, White Rabbit, White Rabbit, like 10 times, I don't know. So yes, it is the month-long event. There is something going on every day. And on the 15th, we have a 12-hour live video that yours truly is hosting with speakers to talk about their experience to do with mental health and suicide. It's not doom and gloom. Please don't turn off. So yes, it's going to be a month-long event, raising awareness, raising money. We're aiming for £10,000, and considering it only launched today, we've already raised 1.2 thousand. It's not my event. It's beautiful Becca Inez and Claire Napper who are on the show tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow to find out more about the event and what's going on. But also make sure you go find them on LinkedIn for the Facebook page to watch the live later. We're talking about the event all month, and we've also got the UK's #1 business motivational speaker, Mr. Brad Burton, on the show, who's going to be doing a bit of a talk about his journey and about mental health. So that's at 10:30 today on the Facebook page. If someone, Leanne, if you're still watching, if you can go to the Facebook page and drop it in the comments for me on Facebook, that would be amazing. So, speaking of health, that's right, speaking of health, today's guest is Dr. Cecilia, I hope I've said that correct, Serban. And we are going to be talking about heart health within women. When you're from Hull, you don't pronounce your H's. All right? So for me, it's like health for women. No, heart health for women. So we've got Dr. Cecilia Serban coming on. So we are going to be talking about that, who is a health coach. And yes, she's also a doctor. So with, there we go. See, this is the organizer, Becca Inez. Come Together for Calm. Thank you. Honestly. Why get me involved? I shouldn't be in charge here. Well, I'm not in charge. I just do the live. I just look pretty. So there we go. But yes, people, go and find out. Becca, drop the links in all the places and make that amazing for me. So with no further ado, good morning, Cecilia. How are you?
Good morning. Very well, thank you.
Good. I'm good, thank you. I caught you a bit off guard then, didn't I? It's like, yeah,
you did, yes. I was sitting here relaxed, waiting.
Oh, I love it. Look, before we dive into this, can you just tell us who you are and what you do in a nutshell?
Absolutely. I am Cecilia. Very nice to meet you all who are watching. I am a health coach and a medical doctor, and I support women prevent heart disease. Oh. That's it in a nutshell.
That is in a nutshell. Like, yes. That's great. And we've only met each other once, haven't we?
Yes.
Like, for people that sometimes wonder about the show, like, oh, I've spoken to you loads of times and things, I'm like, no, we met once. And I was like, I need you on the show. I need you on the show. Right. So first of all, you are a doctor. Let's point that out. So people don't just think that you're another health coach or a life coach. You are actually a fully qualified doctor.
I am. I've been working in the NHS for the last, more than 11 years now.
Wow. So you know what you're doing. Like that's the key point. Well, I hope you do. Otherwise, it's been a very weird 11 years. So yeah, no, that's amazing. So okay, obviously a big thing for you is raising awareness about heart health within women.
Yes.
Why is that so important?
Because there's this gender gap in the healthcare system when it comes to heart disease. We believe that heart disease is a man's disease, and it's not quite true. Only in the UK, more than twice more women die of heart disease than of breast cancer every year. So I think that, yes, we need to raise that awareness and make people aware, men and women, aware of this, disease that can be prevented.
See, that's amazing. So how did you end up deciding I want to do this? From what you did from obviously do and being as a doctor and everything like that, what made you want to do this and pursue this and go, I need to talk about this? What made you do that?
So as a doctor, I worked in anesthetics and intensive care, adult intensive care. So I worked a lot with patients who suffered from heart disease.
Yeah.
And we're a bit reactive in the healthcare system. We wait for people to get sick, and then we give them a pill, we give them a surgery, we treat them, and we hope for the best. But nobody wants to be sick, and nobody wants to change their lives and their habits when they're really unwell. So why wait until you're sick and not do something before and prevent being admitted to intensive care?
Yeah, see, I think that's absolutely amazing, because obviously, like the charity event, for example, that I mentioned at the very beginning, and that's literally launched today, that's all about raising awareness about, something in particular, not just like a bit like you're saying, raising awareness for heart disease in women. The charity event that launches today is focusing on mental health and suicide to an extent, predominantly in men, and I think sometimes, other than just looking at a problem overall, we need to focus on the bits we're slacking in for certain people to raise awareness in that bit, such as you with raising heart disease awareness for women. So how does that work? Have you had any personal experiences? Do you know other people that have had experiences? Like, why is it so personal to you?
Well, besides the experience that I had as a medical doctor, I actually lost my dad to heart disease when I was 16. He was only 48, and it was his fourth heart attack. So from what we learn in medical school, I would be a very high risk because it's a genetic line, and you would expect someone who has a parent or a sibling suffering from heart disease to be a high risk. But we know now from epigenetics that we can switch those genes on and off. So if we change our lifestyle, we reduce that risk quite a lot. Yeah. So it has quite a big impact in my life, because I have done those things a few years back. I have changed my ways to prevent heart disease. And I thought, well, if I can do it, other people can do it as well. And they should be aware that that is the possibility out there.
Absolutely love that. See, it's these things that I think as coaches, no matter what you coach, whether you're a life coach, actually, just first of all, good morning to Vicky Head. Vicky Head does photography, and she coaches and teaches other people how to do photography as well as being a photographer herself. And when you've got personal experience with so many things, it means so much more to you. But then it also, you're going to give so much more to the people you're helping, not just as a doctor, but also as a coach, as a health coach. You're going to be giving so much more to people. And I think it's just so important. So when was the moment you decided, I want to coach people on this? I want to coach people on the health. When was the moment?
It was 3 a.m. I was in A&E, and I was trying to resuscitate a 48-year-old man. And it was unsuccessful. And it clicked. Something clicked in my mind that moment, because he was the same age as my dad. Yeah. And for some reason, he looked so young. Yeah. I don't, because you look at your parents, and no matter how young they are, you always see them as old. Yeah. And for some reason, that moment just clicked, and I looked at him, and I realized my dad was so young. Yeah. And then I thought, what are we doing? How are we helping those people? How exactly are we helping them? And it felt like there is more we can do to help them not end up here. That was my moment.
See, I love that. And I guess, obviously, part of health is actually living your life a bit and, having a bit of fun. It's like the best medicine out there. So as I say every time I have the show, I do get people to fill out a little bit of a form because I like to be a bit nosy. You know, I've had people on the show talking about being a stripper. I've had someone else that's robbed a bank legally, pointing that out, Paul Newton. Shout out to him. But obviously, you was chased by a rhino in South Africa.
Yes, I did.
Right, elaborate on that. Let's talk about the fun side of health and life. You was chased by a rhino in South Africa. What?
What happened? We were on a holiday, and we went to this animal sanctuary. And you know, in Africa, spaces are huge.
Yeah.
Like everything is huge, and the parking lot was immense. So we came in, and there was this baby rhino with the keeper. So you go in and then you pet the rhino and whatever. We didn't do that because I looked at it and I thought, okay, that's a little bit too big. Let's walk around. And obviously I haven't seen one that close before. So we looked a little bit and then we walked around and whatever. And we decided we'll just drive the car to the end of the parking to go into the other entrance. So we got in the car and we noticed that the rhino was coming after us. And the more we were driving, the faster the rhino was coming. And we thought, well, it's playing. Who knows? We stopped the car. We got out and she was still coming. And she was coming. And then she started chasing us around the car. So the keeper came after and tried to calm her down and you know, tell us that everything is okay. It wasn't. It was a huge, lovely animal. And I was running around the car and thinking, if she dents the car, how are we going to explain that to the insurance people? That was my thought. Yeah? It had nothing to do with being safe or anything.
My car's been hit by a rhino. I'm ever so sorry.
I'm so sorry. And it's not my fault. Anyway, we kind of jumped the fence inside this other place, and it was really, really quiet. And suddenly you could hear that of a lion. Yeah,
that's a no from me. That's a no from like 100%. But obviously, things like that, touching on health, them experiences and things like that. You know when people say laughter is the best medicine?
It is.
It really is. Like now you can laugh about it now. Don't get me wrong, he was absolutely probably shitting himself.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, he was absolutely shitting himself when it was happening. But laughter is the best medicine. So, Cecilia, what would you say to people? You know, if we aim this particular women, we've got a lot of women watching this morning by the sounds of it. What would you say to them to do to start looking after their health? What would you recommend them to start doing?
So, first of all, I think they need to be aware that there is this risk for women as well. Yeah. They need to know the actual risks, like having someone in your family with heart disease, type 2 diabetes, excess weight, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. There are all those risks that lead to heart disease.
Yeah.
The other misconception that I would like to point out is that some people believe that we as women experience a heart attack differently. The symptoms are different. That is not true. We experience it the same way as men. Yeah. So if it happens, please do not wait. Phone the ambulance. Go to A&E. Do not wait. And to answer your question, I think it's just, you know, having healthy habits at the end of the day, eating a healthy diet, moving your bottom now and again and getting a walk in, managing that chronic stress that we all have with laughter, if possible. You know, getting good night's sleep and having that as a goal to actually have a good night's sleep, because it's so important. Yeah. Little things like that. It's not complicated.
No, you're so right. And you know, talking about the habits and things from a business point of view, as a business coach, I do the exact same. And I like to, hopefully, I like to think that I bring a lot of laughter and things into my clients' messages and things like using GIFs and funny videos. And if I see a funny video that I know relates to them, so on and so on, I really resonate that to them. And I'm like, look, business, it doesn't have to be serious all the time, but it doesn't have to be stressful all the time. And, you know, getting some of these good habits and things like that. And moving, people are like, oh, I don't want to exercise. Like, you don't have to walk to McDonald's if you really want. Like, I don't have time with a healthy food, but run there. Like, earn your meal. Like,
take the stairs if you're in an office or a building with a lift. Choose the stairs today. Walk to the shop if it's 10-15 minutes away. And remember, cleaning the house, gardening, it's physical exercise.
Yeah.
So we do all those things already. We just need to build up on them.
Exactly right. And one of the things my mum used to do, actually, kind of like a note for us to round up on, when she used to work in hospital, and the car parks are huge most of the time. So she used to choose to park at the far end of the car park.
Yeah.
So she had to walk into the building instead of parking right near the door, you know, and things like that. She used to park at the far end of the car park, and then she used to do the stairs. And if anyone comes to Hull, you will see how tall the hospital is. I think there's something like 32 floors or something like that. Like, it's ridiculous. And she used to do the flights of stairs for all the floors. Like, it was absolutely mad. Well, look, Cecilia, thank you so much for coming on the show. Oh, bear with me, we've got a couple of people. We've got, good morning, Lucy. How hope you are well, my lovely. I know Lucy is a perfect example of living life to the full. I believe Lucy won't mind me saying, because I've had her on the show, she struggled with her health a little bit, Cecilia. And she had an eye-opening moment where live life to the full. So, for example, she wanted to learn the drums, and so did her friend, so they both bought a drum kit. Lucy has seen a few sunsets, shall we say. So, you know, it was an eye-opening moment in her life to really look after her health. And now she likes helping other people as well. She's a fabulous, fabulous lady. Exercise shouldn't be considered a chore. It should be a celebration of what your body can do.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly that. Cecilia, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm going to kick you backstage. Don't rush off straight away, and I'll talk to you in a moment.
Thank you, Callum. It was absolutely great talking to you again. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Very welcome. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, love it. Heart health in women. Honestly, this is one of the shows where I'm probably going to say, please keep replaying it. If you have tuned in late, and we have talked about heart health in women and things like that in particular, please go back and watch the replay. And remember, you can catch every replay on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook page, and in my private Facebook group, The Duck Pond, which I do suggest you go and join. It's completely free. And on that note, everybody, tomorrow we have got the fabulous founder and helping hand and right hand woman, Becca Inez and Claire Napper, for the charity event. She said it earlier. Come Together for Calm. I nearly call it Let's Get Together for Calm. It's called Come Together for Calm. And that is tomorrow, but on the live, but it starts today. So go and find their Facebook page. Please tune into the live at 10:30 where you've got my glorious face again and Mr. Brad Burton talk about his health and mental health and his dealings in business and so on. So on that note, everybody, in the words of Manana, if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, don't get caught.